Hey guys, I'm Ayush Rana, a first year medical student at KMC Manipal, and our exams just finished. And I'm wondering what video to make. And the perfect video I think of is what books did I use in my first year. So let's get right into it. So, as Indian medical students, we have two choices of books. One's written by international authors, or they are known as standard books, and the other one are the books written by Indian authors. And they both have different benefits. So, I'll be explaining the difference between these two books as the video progresses, and I'll be telling which standard books did I use and which Indian authors did I read. So let's talk about anatomy, and it is the study of human body. And the standard book that I read for anatomy was Gray's Anatomy, and yeah, that is a very famous book and it is very complex. I'm again gonna say it is very complex, as it uses most of the anatomical terminologies, but if you understand those terminologies and you try to visualize and understand what's written, it can clear your concepts very well, and it is a very conceptual book. It's very great for understanding the subject. The next book that I used for anatomy was the Netter's Atlas. It is a great book for diagrams, and it helps you understand the relations of the organ and helps you visualize what's going on inside your body, and that's why it is a very great book. Nextly, talking about what Indian authors did I read for anatomy: BDC and Vishram Singh. So BDC is the most popular book across India and not here. We use Vishram Singh because it is the recommended book in KMC, and it is also a good book. Both of these books are comparable, and it does not matter which book do you study. It's about the concepts that you make in DH. So DH is basically where I studied anatomy, and most of the time I didn't read what was written in the textbook, because these textbooks, they are used by people who are studying for their masters in the subject of anatomy. So they give extra information that we do not need as doctors. So I studied in the section hall, and what I retained from there I recalled using the books. Another book I studied was the Selective Anatomy. That book is gold, actual gold, because during exams you need something to study from, and the big BDC and Vishram Singh are not the books you're gonna study from, because those are full-fledged textbooks, and in the end there's a full syllabus exam that you cannot give by studying from those books. So you need a concise book, and that is Selective Anatomy by Vishram Singh. And yeah, it is a pretty concise book. It has a question answer format, and it made my life easy to pass the exams, but not to make concepts. Another book that we use for anatomy is the Cunningham's Manual of Practical Anatomy, and this book, I've never read this book properly, and I don't know what the use case of this book is, but one of my teachers told that these books help in dissection a lot, and I mean a lot. If you've read this book, you'd probably know where everything is inside your body, and you'll know how to find that. So I mean, if I say there's a vein going around here and then just around here, so this book tells exactly what to do to find that vein in a cadaver, and that is a very good thing, but nobody uses this, and they just go and dissect without studying from this. So I mean, I never studied from this book, but it is a great book. So these were the books that I used for anatomy, and yeah, most of the anatomy studied in the DH, not from books. It's the human body that teaches you, not the books. So that was it for anatomy. Let's move on to physiology. And the books that I used for the standard books that I used for physiology was Guytan, and that was it. There's another book which is recommended in our college, that is Ganong, but I tried studying some things from that, and I didn't felt that I will study from that book. So I instead studied from Guytan and Hall, and that is an international author, and that book is used all over the world. So that book is used for making concepts, the same way as Gray's Anatomy works. Nextly, the Indian authors that are available for physiology are J.K. Pal, A.K. Jain, and Sabilingum. But the book that I studied from is MMMP. So that book is only specific for Manipal people, because it is Manipal Manual of Medical Physiology, and yeah, it is written by someone from here, and it basically focuses on the conciseness of physiology based on what the questions are asked in and around Manipal and Mangalore. So that book really did help me pass my exams. Also, it's not good for concept making, but it's just a book to pass, a last minute book. That was it for physiology, and physiology is more like a story. You can understand the subject, but you will never remember it, so you need to cram some things in it. Next, talking about biochemistry. Biochemistry is a really great subject if you study it while understanding and then cramming. So biochemistry, the standard book is Lippincott and Harpers Illustrated Biochemistry. So Lippincott is a really great book if you study from it. It has really good diagrams, and also in the end of each chapter there is a page summary that summarizes whole of the chapter, and it is mostly used by students who are preparing for USMLE and yeah, for foreign exams. So it is really great in clearing concepts, and yeah, I like that book very much personally. And the next Indian books that I studied was the Vasudevan, and also to some extent Satyanaran. So these two books were that I studied for concept making, but not at the end of the year as the exams were coming up. So for exams, the only book that I studied was Prasad, and that is a life-saving book. It has all of biochemistry combined, and it is a very concise book. It has things that will come in the paper, and you study that and you give the paper, you'll know everything. If you buy hard this book, I bet you'll get 75% in biochemistry, more than 75%. And yeah, that is a very great book, easy language and very concise. These were the books that I used for my first year, and first year is over. It just went in a snap. Just like Thanos snapped half of the universe. I had a lot of fun in the first year, and I'll be soon making a video of the memories that I made in first year, and I hope I'll upload that video if it turns out to be good. So that was it for this video. If you like the video, please like the video, and if you have any queries regarding the books or first year or anything, feel free to go down and comment in the comment section below. That was it for this video. Bye.